Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 126. This is a show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing, and we might just give you a glimpse of the future. And tonight, we're actually glimpsing a lot of future. Seems like kind of it's the theme of all these episodes. We've been glimpsing a lot of the future lately. But
well,
we're going to hang out for frosty beverages. This is the show. We never have any technical difficulties, and we never forget our frosty beverages.
It's not technical.
It's not?
No.
I technically forgot it.
That's
okay.
I'm gonna reboot my camera real quick.
Woo! We go off for a couple of weeks and everything goes off the rails.
I need to upgrade all our webcams.
Hey.
The Elgato face cam seem to have been doing pretty well. Like I went home to test it out, and I need to just switch over to it. There we go.
You have an opener,
right? Yes.
Yeah. All right.
From Mace's birthday party.
Yay, Mace. So welcome. This is an unadulterated warts and all look at how things happen at Dwarven Forge. Like just having to walk up camera in the first 2 minutes to get alcohol.
Yeah. That happens all the time at Dwarven Forge.
Right? Every minute of never. So what's cooking tonight? What do we got going on, Chris?
Well, we got two big things. Like we were planning on doing, upcoming sci-fi project is the main topic of discussion for most of the On the Anvils for the next couple months at least. But tonight we also have the first test shots for Lowtown, Kickstarter closed in February. They just got in.
And we have a lot.
Yesterday, day before?
Yesterday.
So yeah, we just got them. We just took a look at them ourselves. So we're going to show off. It's a good smattering of like a lot of random things from different places. So we really got a good look at everything that they're working on.
They came in just in time to not be in the update. It was really good.
Yeah, like we sent the update and then it arrived like 2 days later. Great.
The best.
So yeah, we got a really good selection of those. So we'll take a look at those before we dive into sci-fi. But before that, we got a good amount of news. A lot of stuff that we've been working on has now started hitting, so we can actually talk about it and tell you guys to go look at it.
We have what are we doing at the halfway point?
We're giving away $50 for the just $50. We're giving away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for the web store, a little digital gift card. $50 of credit for the store, basically. Yeah.
Yahoo!
Bing, bing, wahoo.
Anything else we need to tell people? Hey, interact with us, right? If you're new, feel free to jump in. Don't be afraid. Or you can also just lurk, whatever.
If you have enough channel points, you can spend them to give us a little shock. We both got a little shock collar.
I wonder if we hook something like that up. I wonder how much we could do as a fundraiser or something.
People have done that for special event streams. If we just made it a feature of the channel.
Oh my god.
Is that that doesn't violate Geneva or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
What we do is we hook it up to Hamster or something. Have Hamster hanging out on the side with the electric thing.
Just Hamster starts yelping without.
Yeah. Or he's out back trying to paint Space Marine. He's like, yeah.
He's not even involved.
No, you just hear him scream.
I could just have a hamster cam set up in the other office, so he's just in the corner of the screen the entire time.
Yeah. This is how Dwarven Forge works. Good ideas on the fly like this.
Yeah.
Very actionable.
This is This is what we call the creative ferment.
It is. So be nice. Don't shock Hamster. Be good to everybody. Ask us questions. That's why we're here. Just don't talk about Spelljammer and we'll be cool. Right.
Geneva, it's just a convention. Yeah, it's weird that Gen Con is Geneva convention, right?
No, it was on purpose. It was a wargaming convention, and they're like, this is a place where wargamers can get together peacefully and fight.
You get that's worse, right?
Yeah.
That's worse than it being a coincidence?
It was the logic. It was 1970.
If that's genuine, that's worse.
It was 1960 or something. It was Gary Gygax's brainchild.
I thought it was just because it was that Geneva, but they purposefully. All right, yeah, that's worse.
So anyway, cool. We're gonna look at some test shots and don't dig into the Gary Gygax.
I didn't know they did it. I didn't know they did it on purpose. I thought it was just an unfortunate coincidence. All right. Yeah, so we're going to do all that stuff. First, we got some news.
Woo!
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to
that. The news! Oh, man, I spit on that one. News!
Nice.
I'm out of practice. The burrito.
Perfect.
Anyway,
Yeah,
what's in the news,
Yeah,
Chris?
we wolfed down like a lot of. Yeah, we might be a little gassy throughout. We wolfed down a lot of Mexican food like right before this. We got the order in a little late today, so
That was my fault.
forgive us.
Hey, I forgot it. I thought of another news item we should probably mention is the pledge manager.
Oh yeah.
67 started. I was really close. What did I say? 71, 69? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, New York Camp Mexican food. Have you?
Come on,
have you
Paul.
eaten? Have you eaten Mexican food in New York?
I'm giving you your pen back, Paul. I can't.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
All
first
food
off,
in New York is good. Like, come on, you just.
you
all
can
right.
find
Everything.
authentic anything here.
All.
That's the main thing. You
All
can
of
find bad Mexican food. You can find bad any food here. But like if you go if you come here and you like go to Sbarro's, you can go like, wow, they really can't do Italian. Like no, you go to I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not worth getting into it. Okay.
Matt also just made me realize you have these various offspring riffs that just pop out of your mouth
Constantly.
inadvertently. Like it's just part of your like. There's a little offspring button that triggers every hour or so, and you have to make a little. Yeah.
That's simply not
Totally.
true. Sparrow's is my favorite New York City pizza place. You've got it. All right. No, I'm not letting people get me into this.
Can we kick him out?
We're not going into this. Yeah, Finley, ban them.
Okay. Out of here.
All right, let's see.
Out of here.
All right, so getting into so GameFound Pledge Manager. We've closed it. It's mostly getting into it's in shipping only mode now is the main thing. GameFound actually lets us do. You can't ban anyone. I gotta fix that. Because I can't respond and I can't rely on me always being. Okay, we gotta get off this topic. Okay. Yeah.
GameFound.
So GameFound. Yeah.
What are we doing with the
GameFound-
pledge manager?
GameFound actually lets us. We didn't realize all the tools we had at our disposal when we initially
There's
opened
a
GameFound.
suite, an arsenal.
There's a lot. So one of the things is we can put it in shipping only mode, which means that we still have some incomplete pledges, which always happens. It always happens like
but
in every
it's
campaign we
low
do.
comparatively.
Yes,
Like,
it's low comparatively.
are
We
we-
have like less than 10%. After
That's
this.
amazing.
And so we can put it in shipping only mode, which means that we closed off adding new products to the order and taking new orders so that way we can get our order into the factory. So you can't add new products anymore. However, you still have access to your shipping stuff. So I believe you can still pay your shipping if you need to pay your shipping and taxes. And you can also change your shipping address if you need it. So my understanding is, assuming it works the way that we all think it works, we're going to leave it in shipping only mode basically until we're about to ship. And then we will fully close it because then, we're going to start shipping things.
So you can change your address at any time.
Yeah. So you should be able to manually change your shipping address if you need to without having to go through customer support.
But if you do need,
yeah,
you do need something, email customer support. We'll
Yeah.
do our best to help you. Like Doug's here says that we opened up the pledge manager so they could actually pledge. Oh, I guess it was because it was,
Thanks
it
for
was
opening
open
it.
late pledge. Yeah.
We extended it through the weekend because we also discovered that there was a notify unfinished pledges button that we hadn't been using the entire time. And when I sent that out, it knocked out over a third of the pledges that we hadn't done. So yeah, it's still learning how the system works and stuff. So we basically extended it through the weekend.
And if you missed the Wildlands Reforged project and you desperately want it, if you email customer support, maybe we can sneak you in still.
I think
as long as you don't order like 4,000 of any single set.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
because we got extra stock.
It's definitely close enough that we can still accommodate that. But at some point we need to, close it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. Did very well. Very happy with how that whole process went.
It's amazing. It's the greatest pre-order ever.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Speaking of other projects we got going on in Pledge Managers, we're going to be sending out our survey for Lowtown soon.
Well, let's be right. It's our survey. It's our customer survey. It's a lot of Lowtown, but it's like
we've been calling it the Lowtown survey.
I
this
know,
whole
but
time.
it's
Don't
really
get
bigger
on
than
me for
Lowtown.
now for calling it what you've been calling it for weeks.
Because it's Hightown and it's the future and it's the general. Yeah, but it is. I think even the title is Lowtown Survey, which is silly.
Yeah, like I did nothing. I did nothing.
It should have just been the 2020 whatever year this is survey, but man.
State of the Forge.
State of the Forge survey.
Yeah.
So when are we actually
Prune literally then typed State of the Forge like seconds after we said that. Wild. Yeah. So It's basically it's gonna ask questions about the Kickstarter. What it's going out to everybody, but primarily it's gonna be like, hey, how did you feel about Lowtown? If you didn't back Lowtown, I believe it skips all the questions about Lowtown.
I'll ask you why.
It'll ask you why, but like so there's like a section
Yeah.
of the survey that only opens up if you did back the campaign. And it's about like, what did you think about this campaign, and also what things are you interested in seeing in the future? Trying to just give us a sense, get some numbers to help influence kind of where we go next, how we do things.
We love these surveys.
It doesn't mean that we're gonna necessarily do it just based on what numbers are best, but it usually influences. A lot of Lowtown development was influenced by what people said they wanted out of a campaign like that.
So it really helped us.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of survey question ideas from you guys. Paul compiled a bunch of good stuff. It was really helpful.
Yeah,
I just realized after it went out that Jay removed the Matt Mercer joke answer. I missed it at the last. Yeah, I didn't see it. It was up there until the thing went out, and then it's gone.
Dwarven Forge has gone corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we put it in the Discord to get like a little bit of. We just wanted to test it with a smaller audience first to make sure it was working the way it was supposed to. Everything was looking good, so we're gonna be sending it out, emailing it en masse to everybody early next week.
But the link is still on Discord if you wanna take it before everybody else gets it.
It is. Yeah, it's in there. But don't worry, you didn't like miss anything. It's gonna be getting emailed out to everybody within a week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say about it. Expect it to take. It's been taking people about 10 to 20 minutes generally. 20 if you're like getting very specific about feedback. Please don't fill it out twice. Yeah, if you did fill it out in the Discord test because it all worked, we didn't have to reset anything. We're going to have your answers counted already.
Also, you could jam it out in 5 minutes if you just like didn't answer any of the fill-ins and just sort of blah.
And we did cut down on the amount of fill-ins dramatically from before because one time.
Oof, ask Tyler.
Yeah, one time we put a lot of fill-in questions, and there was some of you write essays. We had thousands.
Thesis.
With thousands of those replies, the amount of time it took to read through all that was a lot. So we tried to cut down on those a good amount. Let's see. I think that's essentially everything to say about the survey. If we send you a picture of a 2D tile, would you be able to make a 3D Dwarven Forge tile? Probably not that cleanly.
A picture of a 2D tile?
Yeah. Our process is a lot longer and more involved than just like a quick turnaround thing. And we got to make a mold and all that. It's
AI text processing for survey results. I mean, where it melts down what everybody's saying.
Filled out the Gen Con survey and told them to get WotC back in the house for the 50th anniversary. Woo. I don't know if that's Gen Con's choice. I think WotC's just choosing not to have a presence. I'm sure that they would love to have him there. This is why you use AI text processing for survey results? Yeah. Use AI to make a survey. We can use AI to answer a survey. Yeah, so that actually is the next point of news. We're actually moving into an AI sculpting model.
Yeah, all of Sci-Fi.
It turns out we can make things a lot faster and a lot more cheaply.
Well, Eli. I mean, I guess the secret's out. So Eli is an android. I don't know if did we mention this before to anybody?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so
I think it's been heavily implied if you read between the lines.
Yeah. No, you kind of knew. Like everybody kind of was suspicious, but yeah. So he's this AI project we've been working on, and he's fully self-aware now, and so he's we're seeing what happens untended. I said we're making science fiction, and then started sculpting stuff, and we're just sort of like fed some prompts, and it's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look at that, like a robot made that. Right?
Yeah, there's been like a couple things about like subjugating us, but like I don't know.
I think he's trying to role play, right?
True, fair.
As an android, he's trying to learn the nuances of role playing. So when he says "I am your overlord," it's just like he means dungeon master, but for space. Yeah,
it's just it's the whole like translating it into one language and then translating it back. It's probably that. It's just getting confused.
No, if you read it in binary, he would just be like, "Hey, I want to play a game with you." Is really what he means by "you must serve me meat bag."
Yeah.
No.
Moving on to actual news. So next Tuesday we've got a reserve release happening. It's a bit of a special reserve release. As most people watching the streams probably know, one thing that has plagued us for a while that we've been working on is getting our web store into better shape. We've got 2,000 listings, something like that, around there on the store. We've got well over 1,000 listings.
Yeah.
And we're not supporting most of those. A lot of those are things that we can't make anymore, like our resin pieces or Kickstarter pledge levels that are like $3,000. We can't make and sell 500 of those reasonably. So we've got a lot of listings on there that are kind of dead, not real listings.
Trying to thin out the clutter because they're not coming back. There's
Adventure
Essentials 1 through 11 of Caverns Deep never coming back.
Yeah. And so we we need to a lot of times when people go and they look at things, they will see all these out of stock things that are never going to be made again. And they'll say like, wow, you guys never have anything in stock. But they're waiting for like Den of Evil or something, and it's like, yeah, we're never making that again. So when they're like sitting there waiting for years, we don't want people to be waiting for things that are never going to come.
They're on the Water Tiles page going, why is that here?
So we want to retire a bunch of those sets and just kind of get them out of the store so that they're not getting in the way of like finding everything. And so we're retiring a bunch of those. We're selling off the last inventory that we have in the warehouse so that we can safely retire them. And that's going to be happening next Tuesday at noon. And almost everything in here, there's a couple things in here that we aren't actually retiring that I need to talk to them about.
There's still some
yeah, there's some that was marked to take off that's still there.
Oh jeez.
So yeah, I'm gonna
like any standouts that people should know so they don't panic.
I think the epic stairs. Like we're not retiring.
Yeah, we need those so badly.
There's a couple things where it's like this is a fairly like core piece. Like we're not retiring this set.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things that I need to get them to take out of there. But for the most part, stuff like encounters, resin, stuff like that. Saw some terrain trays on the list. They're probably old terrain trays that are being replaced with an updated art.
Or it's the packs. So here's the thing. Pieces aren't getting retired. It's packs. So in that case, it was like multi-packs or 2-packs, where all the terrain trays are going down to singles. So then you just get them in singles. So there's like these multi-packs or double packs and stuff that are getting sold out. So then it's just singles from here on out. The pieces, none of these pieces are getting retired. Well, except resin, because we have to make
except for resin.
But yeah.
But the Gold Dwarvenite, so stuff like the Mushroom Grotto Adventure Pack, for example, is in there. That's the only pledge. Like the Mushroom Grotto was the only way to get the Mother of All Mushrooms. Yeah. We are not retiring the Mother of All Mushrooms.
We want to bring her back.
What we're trying to do is get it into its own pack.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. It's probably something we're going to do next year.
And those Vile Mushrooms, they still exist. The Vile Mushroom Pack will come back. Like stuff like we're trying to dig all this stuff out, but we're getting there.
That's the thing is a lot of the stuff in the Kickstarters was sold in ways that doesn't really make sense for the web store, and we're having to make a lot of new sets and reconfigure it all. We've been working on it. It's taking time, but we're getting there, and retiring these sets is just part of the process of actually getting that stuff back. So yeah, that's all happening. Because of that, there's like less than 10 of almost everything in this collection. It's going to be a reserve release. It's going to be a bloodbath as usual. Yeah. But it's basically us just going like, okay, we're getting all the reserve stock that we have in the warehouse up on the store, clean it out so that we can we can move on.
Use the wish list and just go for your 1 or 2 things fast and get them, and then go back for the rest, because it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah.
And give us enough time. We'll get all these pieces in circulation one way or another.
A lot of it's old Wildlands. Yeah, so that's one of the things. Like Wildlands Reforged, one of the big reasons we're doing this is we redid a bunch of the sets. So we can't have 2 sets in there that are the basic escarpments that have like the same name. So we're retiring the old version before the new one gets in.
Because we know it's coming. We've already ordered it.
Yeah.
So there's some neat stuff to poke through. But don't panic if you don't get everything, because we'll get these pieces at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's basically, so we're literally getting rid of our reserve copies here. So that means that this is the last chance to get a lot of this stuff. But it's just kind of I don't know, we can't keep holding on to this for years and having it
in the warehouse, just costing us money and doing nothing.
And clogging up the store and getting in the way of finding the sets that we actually have and all that. So Yeah. So yeah, that's happening next Tuesday.
Woo! Exciting.
Yeah. Okay, getting into some more lighthearted, fun stuff. One last piece of actual Dwarven Forge news. We've updated, so some of you probably know that we're working on a board game. We had set up a landing page for it a while ago, and we've recently updated it because we are now moving into. We're gonna start teasing stuff for that board game very soon. So if you check out the page now, you'll see there's some more stuff on it. We're also
I mean,
gonna
not much, but it's a start.
there's not much.
We can't show anything yet.
The main reason we updated it is because we're driving people there from Essenspiel, which actually, yeah, we're gonna be at Essenspiel if you're if you're there.
Anybody here in Germany?
Our friend Rick Wagner is going to be running a little booth there. Stefan's gonna be hanging around. Nobody from the staff is actually gonna be there. Next year though, we might.
We will definitely be there next year.
Yeah, so we're planning on having an actual team presence there next year.
Because you know what? We'll have a board game project live at that time. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah.
Because, everything that we've planned a year out has always hit exactly when we said it would.
I don't think we've ever hit a delay. So, yeah, the Where Heroes Dare landing page has been updated. If you want to go check that out, we're starting to get that stuff moving. There's going to be more coming soon about
We're going to
it.
be doing playtesting too at some point.
Yes.
So sign up if you'd like to playtest.
Oh yeah, the mailing list there is. We're going to be emailing people on that mailing list, I believe, about playtesting.
Yeah.
So it's still months away, but
we want to start getting ready because it's going to be fun.
Okay. I think that's really all we need to say about that. We've got some friends doing two cool things.
Best kind of friends.
Yeah. If you know Ghostfire Games, they worked with the Dungeon Dudes on making their Drakkenheim book. We've been getting to know them recently. It's been really nice. They're a bunch of really cool Aussies.
Aussies.
Yeah. They did a video with us. If you check out Ghostfire Games on YouTube, they did a video at Gen Con that we featured. It was a really cool concept. It's a kind of trading up like video where it's like, oh, if we just have a paperclip and we trade up to, what's the most we can trade up to, and that whole thing. And they used it to feature a bunch of creators, which is
it
really
was a
cool.
really nice, fun. Like they had good heart in this thing, and it's funny and it's fun and yeah.
Anyway,
and they make cool stuff.
They make really cool stuff.
Grim Hollow's setting is cool.
Yeah.
A lot of really neat design choices.
Yeah. Speaking of which, they're making their first board game right now. They just launched the campaign last week. Check it out. It looks really cool. They got some cool minis in it. It's been a learning experience for them in terms of like doing something like very outside their comfort zone, but they've been like adapting and listening to feedback. And I don't know. It looks really cool to me. So go check it out if you're looking for like miniature board games. See if that seems to be up your alley.
Aberration. Well, it's cool is it's all these it's these monsters from their Grim Hollow setting, so that you can use the minis for 5e, and I think they all have stats in the whatever their Grim Hollow Monsters Manual or whatever it's called is stuff. So there's a lot of use for D&D folks, even if you don't want to play the game. But the game looks fun. It's a tower defense, like they're attacking at night. You have to survive the night as the horrors of the night are coming at you collaboratively to kill all the baddies.
I played a lot of tower defense games obsessively growing up, tower defense flash games and everything. So I'm really curious to see.
What haven't you done obsessively, Chris?
Most vices, honestly.
Okay. Fair.
Never big on gambling.
It's not too late.
Never done a drug.
Dude, I'll bet you $1. I bet you $1 you could start gambling now.
I could start gambling at any time. Watch out.
I could start at any time I want.
I could start whenever I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. The offer's there. If you want.
Yeah.
Let's go to Vegas.
All right. Well, we can go with Jay for
just numbers. It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Ghostfire Games is
it all on black.
Ghostfire Games, and Grim Hollow is their campaign setting.
Yes. And Aberration is this particular game.
Yeah. Aberration. I linked it up above if you wanted to check that out.
Let's go to Vegas for just a social thing. We'll make a video.
Go all the way to Vegas.
You and I just go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last bit of news.
I'll teach you all the really important things you need to know about gambling because I'm an expert. You see. And we're gonna make a fortune. We'll record it all. We're gonna make our millions. We're gonna bet it all on black and we'll take everything from Lowtown and we'll bet it on black. And we'll double our profits in
We're gonna make a cool video where we destroy
we
the company.
bankrupt the company in 3 minutes. It'd be great. It's some content. People like the social.
Oh, we can do the Vegas Dome. Yeah, that'd be great. Dude, we should be the first ones to use the Vegas Dome for D&D. Okay, so Dwarven Forge domination on major actual play shows is continuing. Uh,
For domination.
as you probably known, as you've probably seen, if you follow Acquisitions Incorporated at all, the last like 2 live games, we've done the terrain for them at the conventions. Well, they just let into a filmed series, season 2. They recently rebooted Acquisitions Incorporated, so it's actually like a really good time to jump in now because they've rebooted it. They're starting from low level again. It's a new story arc, and they're 3 episodes in. Third episode dropped today, and it's highly edited. It's very fun. Some good classic D&D stuff. Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins are trading off DMing. All-star cast.
Can you
Just
imagine
very fun. What?
like if you had to have like 2 tag team DMs?
Mhm.
Like that's a pretty.
There's a couple. I think Rivals of
pretty
Waterdeep
strong.
also did a.
That's a pretty strong lineup.
Yeah. Um, Killer cast. It's a lot of fun. They're one of, if not the like longest running actual play show. A lot of really good stuff. They've literally had like official D&D supplements made out of their setting and
Yeah.
everything, just because they do a lot of wacky stuff. So they recently started uploading season 2 on the channel they just started. And I designed all the builds for it,
Woo!
which it's been fun. Every week it's kind of like, okay, which one are they using this time? Because I don't know anything about what happens on them or what order it's happening in or anything. So it's
Here's the
yeah. They really
here's the
they
marching
really
orders. Go.
they really use the terrain really well, which is nice. They like interact with it a ton, and they do a lot of like they went back in and did like special shots
Punch
like
in.
for everything that happens and like do a lot of special effects over it and everything. It's really cool. Yeah, I think that's essentially all the news.
And how much does it cost to watch these episodes?
They're all free.
What?
Yeah,
In
they
this
they
economy?
kickstarted it last year, and the Kickstarter passed. So
Passed.
yeah, it's gone now. We're having a wake for it
we missed
next week. Kickstarter succeded. Yeah. So the yeah. So
But
basically,
GameFound is dancing on their grave.
yes.
The Kickstarter grave because it passed.
But yeah, they're running weekly episodes, basically up to the end of the year. And yeah, it's gonna be good stuff.
Woo.
All right, I think that's everything. So let's get into what people are looking
Was that
for.
all the? Yeah.
I think so, unless you got anything
I don't
left.
think so. We had spiel. Yeah.
How'd you-
Holy moly!
how'd
All
you-
right, let's look at I was. Hey,
Yeah,
here's a news item.
Anisha's been freely building with Sci-Fi. That's the second.
Sci-Fi really fun to build
That's
with.
the second thing that we were supposed to show today, not the first.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just like
All right,
I needed
whatever.
something to do with like idle
right.
hands, the devil's work and stuff or whatever.
That's-
What's the thing? Like
Idle hands are the devil's plaything. You know that's
devil
never mind. What that's about.
in my hand.
What that saying's about is something we can't do or show on stream. All right,
Well,
let's get,
it would be the last episode of On the End.
would.
Boy.
all right, let's get to the table.
Yeah. So, is that what they call it? All right.
Yeah, that's some Moldy Forge content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only Forge After Dark. So when we make pieces in Dwarvenite,
Mm-hmm.
pretty expensive to make these big, giant, heavy 300-pound steel molds. So once the mold is finally made, before we sign off and we start making thousands of them, they do test shots, right? They run a really short batch. They give us 2 castings of each thing so we can check everything out to make sure it's good. And it's really exciting because generally we get stuff. It's like a year after, right? Some of the stuff was sculpted, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago. But it's like, at this point, we haven't worked on
thatched roof-
Motown it's been over a year.
The thatched roof was during Wildlands.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's really exciting. So it's sort of like I've forgotten about all these pieces, whatever, and then boom, you get them in Dwarvenite, and they feel so real. I don't know. It's a really fun part of the process until you run into things that are problems. So we got the first batch of test shots here. So we'll take a look at what we got. So I'm gonna sneak this guy closer so I can do a little zoomery.
Is the color temp weird? No, that's basically what it looks like actually.
Yeah, the stuff is pretty warm.
It's kind of warm lighting. I'll adjust it.
Yeah. All right. It's.
Oh wait, right. The white balance on these has to be done in cam. I can't control them like with webcams.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's not really bad at all.
So this is
It's all just like black dwarvenite anyways, or dark gray.
Dungeon
Dungeon gray.
because you know everybody likes to make their wood floors out of dungeons. This is the wood floor. So you got the bottom where the anchor magnet's gonna live. You got a little skew. Best part is it says genuine dwarvenite with a little
Accept no imitation.
yeah, right, like those things that Dungeon Master Mark likes to make and sell on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Counterfeit casting. Yeah.
Directly calling him out. All right, let's go.
Yeah, because that guy's a terrible person.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of people anyway. Yeah. 4x4. We have no place for bad people on Only Forge here.
Yeah.
Only good.
Dude, the gloves are off.
Yeah. It's all off, Chris.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll do a biscuit test.
Should we? I don't know. Do people want it? All right. So this is our. Shall we look at all the pieces first and then start testing them, or?
Let's look at them all first, and then we'll play a little bit.
We have an idea what we can put together. All right.
Yeah.
So 4x4 wood floor, looking crisp. Look at all that detail. Very, very. It's flat. It's square. It's 4 inches. It's like, we haven't tried an insert because we don't have one. But no, we'll get there. All right, we got floor. And we got 2 of everything. Look, we have a handwritten skew and everything. All right.
They always send 2 of everything so we can get like a consistency check.
Yeah. So if one's warped, you're like, is that all of them? This guy, I don't know. I don't remember the name of any of these things.
That's the half arch, I think. No, the half arch is
the half arch is the tall one. This was like the cobblestone riser.
2-inch riser.
Cobblestone.
2x2.
Somebody in the chat will tell us. Is a riser? Thank you. Yeah. So it's a cobblestone 2x2 cobblestone riser. Man, look at this. So excited.
Is it? Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Pesh shot. Anchor magnet over there.
They actually don't place the magnets on test shots either. You'll see the hole for it, but they don't place the magnets until it's approved.
No magnets, no electricals, no nonsense.
The thing that's nice is
dwarvenite.
It's really holding all the detail between the stones and the woodwork and everything.
Yeah.
Really well.
And we got biscuit slots in there, so we can test. We can put all these things together, do some fun building. Let's do that family while we're poking at it. We got the little 1x. This one's got a half a biscuit in it. Ooh, there's a presence. And Trogus is coming for you.
Those are straight just called the 25mm cobblestone riser, right?
Maybe.
I swear that's the case.
You'd think it would be the 1x1 or a 1-inch cobblestone riser. If the other one is 2x2 cobblestone riser, 25mm. I love how we just switch back and forth. Yeah, our logic. It's so good. All right, you keep us on target for the titles.
Yeah, that is just called the 25mm riser.
Yeah, we got it. The crab battle's got us first. All right, so that's the. I just want to touch. They're just it's so satisfying holding it in dwarvenite. Really, there's a thing to the touch. It's just it's the best. All right, got those guys. We got the stair. What is it? 2x1 cobblestone stair. Crab battle's got it. Whatever it is. Ooh. It's also, I don't know why some bits of the dwarvenite are shiny and some are matte, and it's something to do with the cooling, I think, but I don't know. We should find out why.
Need more 360 sculpts like Sci-Fi. Give us time.
We need a reason, but yeah. Or we need where it makes sense.
Yeah, we really only did it because it's... Yeah, we call it the 2x2 cobblestone riser. That makes no sense. All right, well, whatever. We're there.
Yeah, I mean, you're naming 250 pieces and you haven't slept. Things happen.
Yeah. Too late.
Too late. Ooh, here. We got so that was some Toby. Toby did all these cobblestone bits. He did the wood floors. We got some Michelle magic. Yeah, look at those freestanding.
Look at those curtains.
Curtains. They all can't be a dangle room. It's very true. I mean, here's the best thing about dangle room. You'll never forget the name.
Yeah,
Right?
no.
I forgot the name of 200 other pieces, but not the dangle room.
It's one of those
Or the
things
wizard
that,
hat roof.
yeah, it's one of those things that was brought up and you're like, yeah, we'll call it that for now, and then we'll change it, and then it just never.
Well, you couldn't beat it. I was
Everybody
like,
got
there's
used to it.
nothing, we had all these like tried technical names and things and like octagonal offset. Like dangle room is just like it's too stupid to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and here's a fun fact for you. It's got 2 SKUs on the bottom. Who wants to guess why?
Why it has 2 SKUs?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's 2 different colors.
Bisexual. It's got double SKUs here. Different colors. That's it. Nailed it. Who's the first? Mr. Feelgood. Yep. It's because there's 2 different paint schemes for it. They each have a different SKU. So same casting, 2 different SKUs.
Yeah. There's only a couple left, I think.
No, we got a whole bunch of stuff.
Never mind.
Yeah. Never you mind. Oh, let's go some
Number 15.
Rope. Coil rope.
This is what everybody's been waiting for. Look at that. That's some rope.
I should have washed my hands before we did the show.
No.
I got burritos in my thumbnails.
That's the proof. That's the proof you're a working man.
That is, I know. More Michelle Madness.
Does the rope work with the fogger? If you get real creative, probably. Oh yeah. Dude, the trash looks so good. It really just like the amount of detail that still came out of these test castings.
So good, right?
Yeah, I was worried we were gonna lose a lot of it.
And we got
there was so much
holes in there, so you can.
There was so much like fine detail in these sculpts. I was worried we were gonna lose a lot of them.
You pop your full accessories in
there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a floor insert print yet.
Ooh, we got a good question from Gray Raven. What's the difference between a revisited versus reforged in the survey? So, and that's a good question because we should have clarified. So, revisited is like going back in, sort of like what Caverns Deep was to Caverns, right? We revisited Caverns like a full offering. Reforged tends to be from the one time we did it, like some reconfiguring existing sets and maybe a couple of new pieces. Revisiting would be like, let's go back in to the dungeon or to castles or to whatever. Do another pass at a thing.
We do not paint these. In fact, they already have the paint masters. Yeah, they already have the paint masters. It's just now from here we're like, okay, cool. You like the test prints are looking good. Go ahead and now you can paint this and send us a painted counter, basically.
Modular barricade large.
Yeah.
Hoist. I think it's hoist. Hoist pole accessory.
Again, look at that rope. Yeah. The wood grain just came out extremely well. It's the thing I'm happiest about with it. That's what I think is really makes these stand out from other, because there's a lot of wood stuff. I feel like we got the grain better than most.
And this has got the pole accessory hole in the back and on the bottom, so it's got two ways to go. So you get the peg is not embedded, right? So the peg is free, so you can pop it in and then throw it like I was doing here on what was it, modular barricade large, or you pop it on the side and then put it off like oh look, I already did here, like hanging off the side of your roof or whatever. I guess I should go to the roof next.
You already did.
Yeah. I'll pull it up.
Good, they come out anyway. Yeah, well, at least with that one, it's intentional. Yeah. I guess that's one of the best things to biscuit test when we get to it is the putting the roof together.
You got biscuit slots on the sides, double biscuits in the back, more biscuits on the sides. These are half what are the half depth peg holes? Yeah, these things are they're gonna be fun to paint too. Got your genuine dwarvenite. And look at that. Magnets, real, unadulterated, uncut magnets. Actually, I guess this is metal.
Yeah, there were no magnets, or there were no adults around when they.
When the first magnets were made.
Yeah.
When we first put fake magnets and things. When we used white stick.
Let's see. Hoping I can get some extras in these at the web store. We should. We're trying to get more overstock of at least the core stuff to come through with this. Because we do not want to completely run out of all of it right away like we did with Wildlands, you know?
Boy, it would be the cosmic joke if we did. Yeah, we might. Anything's possible.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, predicting demand is always hard.
Do we want to do minis last, or should we take a detour into minis?
Let's do minis last.
All right. But there's a lot of pieces. Basics corner, wood corner basic, 2x2 wood corner. Something. I don't know, Crab Battle, help me out here. Wood thing. Wood dungeon. The singular basic big 2x2.
2 days worth of stock? Hey, it's better than 2 hours of stock. Which is what wound up with most of Wildlands.
Yeah, that was bonkers time.
I love the grain on the top of the wall.
Right?
Yeah.
It's classic Eli, like figuring out how, like, this is actual boards, right? These are the ends, and then there's actual beams, and then the posts, like, you see, like, the actual, it looks like real wood. I mean, he's carpenter, you know, it's wood. I mean, as an android, he's learned a lot about
any sci-fi scatter planned. We're not at liberty to show all that yet. We've shown you what we're gonna show you so far, and then
not much. Sci-fi is pretty minimal right now. But
yeah. Big antenna dish or shield generator. Just completely step in on Star Wars turf.
Then we can drop the shield generator.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that was the.
Still trying to find the official name of that pulley. It's like the winch, right?
It's a hoist.
It's a hoist. Never mind.
I think it was just a hoist pole accessory.
All right, let's see.
I believe. We got more. We got one of the all-star bestsellers. Our friends from the Ivy Pack. Old Ivy hoist, bro. Dust out, you know, hoist. Ivy. Look at that. And the ice picker went and did something at the bottom.
The ice picker?
Do they know the story of the ice picker?
No, I don't think so.
So there was, I think it was back in Caverns, there were a couple of pieces where something happened to the texture on the side, and they like retextured it at the factory. And this was when Stefan was doing QC, so it's just suddenly like, we got these pieces, and like there was a side thing, and it was just like there were all these like little holes in it. And it's like, what happened? It looks like somebody just like grabbed an ice pick and just started like jamming the side of the piece to like give it some sense of texture. But it was like, it literally looked like someone just like had jammed an ice pick against the clay or something, wherever. So then every time there was a thing that looked a little questionable, like, I don't know, could have been the ice picker. And like, so we start blaming this mysterious ice pick guy that just sits there at the factory waiting for a piece that needs a thing. And so the bottom of this has some texture, which I don't think Eli put there. It looks like the ice pickers were. Not that it hurts it, but it's because you're usually always standing down. But is that the ice picker? That's the texture on the bottom that you're not going to see, and it's probably not going to be painted. But the ice picker knows it's there in case they need to.
Looks like marks from 3D printing supports. Well, it's not 3D printed, so I hope that they've been lying to us this entire time.
It could have been how it ripped off the. It could have been how it ripped off the wood, because it was glued to wood, and maybe that was.
Oh.
Maybe that was the grain of the wood Maybe that's it. I was blaming the ice picker. I like to blame any inconsistency in the pieces on the ice picker. Um,
That could have been it. Yeah, if it just tore off a little chunk of it,
maybe.
that could do it. Oh well.
Because he likes to glue everything to a piece of wood. So, yeah, I don't know.
At least it's on the bottom of the piece where it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt it. It's texture. If you paint it in from a distance, if for some reason you're using the ivy on its side, it has something.
Yeah, because like the way that we ship these things is we attach them to wood and put that in Tupperware to ship it over so that it's not touching any edges.
Wow. Well, thank you, ice picker, if you gave it some texture or whatever. Oh, here's a fun little guy. You ready? Anyway. Oh, wait.
We gotta like push it straight. Yeah, there you go.
So it's remember the blowgun dart?
Yeah.
They all know the story of the blowgun dart.
Yeah, we told the story about it.
Yeah. Chuck's
That's not a
dart.
blowgun dart. Michelle used a blowgun dart when she was sculpting it.
She's like, I need something to use as an axle here, and Chuck's like, how about this blowgun dart that I happen to have handy?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Why are you carrying a blowgun dart around?
The wheels work. Yeah, just like they work on our wagon.
Boy Scouts. Gotta have your blowgun dart axle handcart.
Which would be fun. It'll just be fun to like be able to like roll it on the table for your players and stuff. Like,
it absolutely has no, like, there was absolutely no reason to actually have a working axle except that it's just cute and fun, and
yeah,
because why not? Also, the wheel is pretty medieval because it's not perfectly round, so it has like a boom, 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 boom.
Was this always functional? Watch almost every stream. I think resin cast prototypes weren't.
It was never functional. It was Michelle designed it to be functional, but it was never.
We didn't have the capacity to really do it that way ourselves. This is something we could really only do once we got to the injection mold.
Yeah, it's cute.
And yeah, so they print out the cart piece and then stick that pin through and put the wheels on either end of it.
Yeah, fun little stuff. Look at that. This was such a great. I was like, oh, we got to do a big old wagon. I think whatever. Michelle's like, how about a simple hand cart? Like, people make wagons, people make heritage, but there's no like simple hand carts out on that you just use all the time that you can do for them. Like, she's 100% right. The good. And here's the canvas wrapped bundle, or whatever Crab Battle says it's called.
Okay.
Hard to see. What do we figure out?
Nothing.
Look at the canvas texture.
Yeah, the texture's like really coming through really nice.
Well, that, Michelle has a variety of different fabrics that she'll push into the clay to create fabric texture.
Some family members might say there's absolutely no reason for any of this.
Well, get them out of here. They're in the wrong family.
Just when I finally cut up on my painting, I'm going to be very busy when this is delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you went unpainted, well, I mean, a lot of it is just a couple steps per piece. It really comes down to how efficient you are at batching, I think.
Yeah. And also what level of detail you want to do and whatever. Like,
fair.
Eli is modding all of his Wildlands stuff still, so like they're individually different, and it's just like went way over the top and is still painting all that stuff like 2 years later, whatnot. This is the Satyr Moon.
Pull back a bit. Yeah, a little lower. There you go. You got it.
I can't go backwards and upside down. I want a refund on my brain. All right. Wood texture in that.
Did I miss Sci-Fi? No, we're almost done with the Lowtown test shots, and then we go into Sci-Fi. Well, we do gift card giveaway, and then we do Sci-Fi.
We'll probably go off on some silly tangent.
No one painted will ever be as grueling as Hellscape. That is true.
Oof.
Hellscape is by far the most frustrating to paint.
If you're masking everything and
Was this a Sailor Moon joke name?
Yeah.
No. Yes?
Yeah.
Was it actually?
Well, it looked like a satyr like curled into a moon shape, and
Was Sailor Moon mentioned at all during the
Yeah.
dev process while naming it.
Yeah, I'm
It
sure
was?
it came up when it said thing.
Okay.
Because also Michelle, anything that's animated, Michelle will mention, like, all the time. Yeah.
Dude, can't wait for our Watership Down terrain set.
Woof.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of dead rabbits.
Yeah.
Just a bucket. Cover your ears, rabbit burner. That's a bag of dead rabbits. Um, uh, we got all right. We got this. This is a lantern.
Oh, hey, we got the lantern. I didn't even
Nice.
realize we had the lantern.
Yeah, and this is obviously the prototype wall, but
Yeah.
and you can't really see the light so much. But I
Yeah,
hit
you
the
can. It's
blackout.
it's coming through on the stream
Hit
pretty
the
well,
blackout
actually.
button. See what happens.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, look at that.
lantern.
Nice.
It looks a lot better when it's painted. But there it is. Ready for Halloween.
Little good flicker.
You know what my kids want to be for Halloween?
What?
Hawken, age 7. Lord Skitter. It's a rat new card from Wilds of Eldraine that nobody in the world is going to know. And Grayson wants to be Ashiok, Planeswalker, which also probably nobody's going to know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wild.
So, hey, Mr. Charles, we love Pete over at Mickey Morology. Pete,
Yeah.
right? No, is it Pete? No. Yes, I'm getting confused with my friend Pete McKee. Where he's awesome. But he makes really neat little. I love his stuff. I've sent him a few things in there so he could make sure stuff was compatible. And very clever. Josh? I think it's Josh.
I have no idea, man. I've never met him.
Yeah.
Don't look to me for approval.
Oh, we're doing minis last. Okay, we got a big boy. It's the last piece before we get to minis.
Oh, it's the barn door. Haven't missed Sci-Fi yet. Sci-Fi is after we finish these test shots. We got a bunch of Lowtown stuff in, so we're looking at that first.
These big old walls.
You just take the sticker off?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do that?
It's like the mattress tag. I mean, it says don't remove this or the factory will come and assassinate you, but like, how many times have you been assassinated by a factory for removing the thing?
Does it have the metal in it?
No, because this is not the solid.
Oh, right. It's the non-door that has the right.
Yes.
Sorry.
It would have been really cool if we put metal here so you could have a thing above like the door.
Yeah.
Let's go back and no, we can't.
I mean, you know, it's not the. They just
It's not
gotta
like
cut a
it's
little hole.
finished steel mold. Man. Oh, and should we check it out with we love laugh sign over the top. What's the dungeon version like? Slay cast could be for laugh. I love kill.
Well, you want alliteration.
Kill loot.
Well, you want to. Do you want? Okay. The question is, do you want the alliteration? Because I was trying to go for alliteration.
Well, yeah, I guess you kind of
I feel like the alliteration is a big
kill
part of
loot,
it.
leave.
Kill, loot, leave.
The alliteration is what makes it work. These are the doors from Dungeon of Doom and whatever they're wood double doors or something they call it. What was
Zombie
the
Castles Carcass.
alliterative?
Finally, you can do the end of Red Dead Redemption.
That's the cowboy shooting Grand Theft Auto game.
I guess yeah. Like in hindsight, that is a fairly decent way to describe it.
Okay.
It's
I'm hip on video games. You know?
It's the Grand Theft Auto
Yeah,
studio.
you can ride around. You could ride around open world west. Like,
My other car is a horse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kill loot leave.
It was the D&D
Their version of live, love, laugh,
Live, Laugh, Love.
whatever.
Yeah. Grand Theft Horse.
Grand Theft Horse. That
Maybe
would
like
be
Grand
better.
Theft Equus or something.
Ooh.
Because they go with the
Yeah. Automobile. And these doors, you can put any double door in there. Just put the dungeon one.
Yeah, it's the same sizing as like
This
the
is to
dungeon
show
doors and stuff.
compatibility.
You still have the cavern double doors in there as well.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Yeah.
We try to use the same footprint.
Yeah. Fantasy style square dancing.
Grand Theft Opponent. Oh, Grand Theft Aggro. There we go. Aggro is the horse from Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, I heard that was really good. I never played it, but
Aggro. I wanted to do. When I've thought
they're
about doing
cool.
cosplay, I thought the funniest thing would be to do a really well done cosplay of Wander, who's the guy you play as in Shadow of the Colossus. Barely says anything, and the whole thing is basically just you and your horse. And then I would have
these giant bosses, right? That are just
and you're climbing like these big literally
boss.
colossi.
Yeah,
turns
it's
out
so cool.
You're in the shadow of colossi. And so like the only thing he really says is like calling his horse, going Aggro, just stuff like that. And so I would do that, just like really well done cosplay. I would do that, and then I would have Miles standing up in like a really bad horse suit, just come like stumbling over, like oh yeah what, just like a very well done cosplay with the worst horse you've ever seen.
That's really funny.
That or like a hobby horse, one of the two.
Also really funny.
Either way, I would want to have like an incredible, minis. Let's get into the minis. Everybody's favorite part of the Kickstarter.
All of them.
We always get told to do. We always get told to do more minis and to stop making terrain.
Yeah, by the entire internet.
Yeah. We always get very supportive messages telling us to keep making minis.
Miniatures. We got one once. We got a nice. You know what? We just recently got one. Somebody from Australia bought a basilisk. It was the first time they bought anything from us. They bought a miniature, and they said it was unbelievable, and they might even look at some of our terrain.
The other day, you should adjust the cosplay to look more and more haggard. Yeah, the plan would be like every day of the con to like get a little bit darker.
Who am I missing here? Aren't there supposed to be 10? Dwarf? No.
There's
Dwarf,
8. There's
gnome,
8. Wait, do we have 9?
No.
There should be 8. Yeah, you have two of the. You have two of the.
2 cardinals.
Yeah, we only made 8.
Right. Not 10, 8. And they're really well centered.
What are the professions of these again?
Oh,
well, so the Aarakocra or the Kenku is a guard. I always call him the Cardinal. I'm so mad we didn't go with the red paint scheme. I understand why we didn't, but
he's the guard.
The Cardinal was so good.
We got the gnomish peddler.
Yeah, they bike a lot.
Yeah. The Orcan dockhand.
Mm-hmm.
Or half Orcan. And is she called dock worker, dockhand, rope wrangler,
longshoreman,
longshore person, the tabaxi shopkeep, or cat
or janitor,
cat folk keep, cat folk shopkeep.
We should get real close on one of them just to show like the detail on the minis actually captured super well.
You're 100% right.
Particularly like the stitching on the Dragonborn's pants it's wild that like that actually still reads.
Yeah. Vaccine. We got the dwarf. What the hell was she?
Dancer?
Not a dancer. She was like a something noble, like the
yeah. She got fancier clothes.
Something aristocrat.
Yeah.
That's good to me. Woo. We had the halfling was just like a straight up thief. I don't remember what it was.
It's a job. It's a profession.
Gambler?
Pickpocket
or something. No, it was something that was like a
cut purse
story. It wasn't that. Maybe it was a cut purse. Maybe it was an entertainer or something. Or
guildmaster.
Ooh, guildmaster. Now we're talking. Yeah.
Oh, the Thieves Guild. That makes sense. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Merchants Guild. The merchant, they're importing from your pocket and exporting to the fence.
Oh, they literally Crab Battle actually posted them all.
Orator. Oh.
Isn't it orator?
Yeah, what did I say? Orator.
You said orator.
Orator.
I was wondering if I was wrong. Right, we have to call them devil folk instead of tiefling.
Yeah.
And bird folk instead of Kenku.
Horned, not copyright infringing.
Hornman.
What was the? She was a scout or something, or a, not a ruffian. What was she? The dragon person.
Dragon
courier.
Dragon
that was a good one. Courier. She's on a mission. She's taking a message, or she's just stealing stuff.
You know, we just wanted to make some townsfolk minis with a little more flavor than the usual.
Well, you just don't want to have yet another, yet another thug. Yeah, she's like the star of the show.
It's a very good
It was
pose.
really
It's very elegant for a dragon.
concept art
Dragonborn.
by Rachel Denton, and then Drew Williams sculpted all these. Doing fine job.
All right.
fella.
Quick biscuit test and run the gift card giveaway,
Yeah.
and then
Let's do the giveaway
Yeah,
while I go get biscuits. What's
Yeah,
our
biscuits.
word? Anybody have a word?
oh, what have we been showing that's unique and interesting?
Those are all dwarvenites. That is
Yes.
correct. So they are. You can. Bend
All right, the word is
them.
hoist. If you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, type hoist in chat.
Hoist.
Hoist.
Yeah, good detail. for
I'll run it in a couple
dwarvenite.
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
genuinely, like I'm surprised at how good the detail.
Your
Because
kids
that's
can
been
play with
that's
them.
been an issue with past minis, but on this one, like
Yeah, no, they're really.
I think our new process is actually like helping a lot with preserving the details. Hoist, hoist, hoist.
These were all analog. There's no.
I think just
Also, Drew, like we have less things on them, so maybe the mold's cleaner.
I don't know. Is like compared to the original townsfolk, like
Yeah, well, yeah, and those were sculpted by Drew also.
yeah, I don't know, something about it. These came out way cleaner. I'm gonna pull back so you're not looking at a bunch of.
Frizzle, where's biscuits? My kingdom for the biscuits. Huh. Huh. Well, the biscuit test ground to a halt.
I'm gonna use the LED basilisk in my Witchlight campaign as the Jabberwock. That's pretty sick,
Seriously.
dude. The fact that like our basilisk was cool enough that Matt Mercer was like, yeah, we got to just work this into. We just got to work this into the campaign. He just like used it as a fight. That was great. That made me very happy because we got so many. Because everybody was like posting to see like the Critical Role hashtag that night just filled with people going like, "Oh my god, look at that mini! That's a wild mini!" It's like, yeah, that's Dwarven Forge. We did it. And Crystal was losing her mind because the monster she designed was on Critical Role and all that. Enjoying all the DF terrain on Ink episodes. Thank you. It's fun seeing those come out. I was designing all those builds at the same time that we were prepping for Gen Con and also Wildlands Reforged. It was a very frantic time, and then got them all shipped over last minute. I love the Ink crew, both in the live games and then in the film show too. They interact with the terrain so well. Like it's a crew of players that like genuinely. Oh god. It's a crew of players that like genuinely actually just uses the terrain and like goes and investigates things and tries to do things. It's really nice. Congrats on Reforged breaking 900K. Yeah. Hey man, it's like 3 times what we wanted it to make. We're in a good spot. Yeah. Just
How about a minimalist?
between
biscuit
Perkins
test?
planning things
'Cause
out
I
and then
can't
the players
find-
actually. What's up?
I don't know. Where a bucket of biscuits is missing. I found a couple.
You were using. Yeah, we don't need that many. That's fine.
Yeah, well, we've got what we've got. How about that?
Nice.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Except I'm upset that I don't have what I want.
It's wild to me that there's 2 different versions of that phrase that I hear, and I'm like, is this a regional thing?
But you
I
get
never
what you
learned it
get, and you
growing
don't
up.
get upset.
I've heard you get what you get and you don't get upset, mostly just from you.
Yeah.
And I've heard you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, is what I heard from
You get
people.
what you get. That's
you-
got to be
and-
Southern.
And you don't throw a fit. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think it's got to be regional, right?
Yeah.
Because I guess maybe in New England you're saying get instead
Yeah.
of get.
Well,
So
yeah, because you speak normal English. Because get's not a word.
normal.
It's not a word. This was the thing that
You'd probably say milk or something.
I said roof on the top of your building, on the top of your bedroom. Yeah.
Camera frozen? Oh, when did that happen? Oh, you must have stepped on it when you were walking by.
Oh, geez.
I just got to reset it real quick. Don't worry about it.
Well, I already did all the tests. All right, so the first thing to note is the first time or two that you use a biscuit slot, it is a little tight. and it gets a little easier after you've done it at least once or twice. Just to break it in just a little. So this was a neat thing that Tyler did that we'd never done during the campaign. I don't think we talked about it, but never done. It's like you can suspend your floor, like you can build your house on off the if any of the elevation, any of the risers, as it were. Thank you, Crab Bell. Cobblestone riser. All right, put this guy there. Do a little thing like this. Get your stairs coming up there. Boom. Yeah, the only person, Matt Skeletor for Prez is here, that got to experience the biscuits in person. Only person outside this office, right? That touched the biscuits. Now they're even better. Like those were test shots. This is like the real deal. It's exciting. Look at that. You can like pick it up, throw it around, make it on a thing. Yeah. Put a couple floors together, see what happens. We gotta try the roofs together. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, that's a little tight. The first.
All right. While you're doing that, yeah. So these start off like a little tight, a little firm, but they will soften up a little bit over time. We chose to make it tighter so that they would soften into something more comfortable instead of softening into not working.
Also, once you have a biscuit in one thing, like so, if you stuck it in it, it's easier. You pushing the second thing to it is easier because you're just pushing the two dwarvenite pieces together rather than trying to shove the ABS biscuit in itself.
I'm gonna roll this giveaway right now.
Roll it. Did everybody hoist?
Milast. Oh wow, that's a name. Milast TF2.
Congrats.
Hey, do you play? Is that a Team Fortress 2 name? Probably. Milast TF2. Is that it? Let's see.
Hope you got it. It's gone
okay,
now. Yeah.
Nope.
Dang. All
right. Well, I'm gonna whisper you right now. We're just gonna get the email to send this card to, and then we're all good. All right.
I have to say, very excited about the biscuits.
Can we toss those around the studio to see how sturdy they are?
Toss them around, sure. Ready, Chris?
Here, let me get. Do we want to see like if the biscuits like?
I don't know what they want to do, but we're tossing it.
All right. Woo! That was entirely off camera. That's exciting.
Yeah. Well, that's how we switch it for that. We've got like 42 of these in the back, and we just keep switching it every time we toss it. It's part of the trick.
I just got some pieces sitting on this table right next to me.
Yeah.
Love the Dwarven Forge hoodie. Oh yeah, you won the hoodie in the big Wildlands, or not Wildlands, the big Lowtown monstrosity giveaway stream.
Congrats. That was wild.
We did I think like 30 giveaways over the course of that. A lot of them were gift cards, but like
there was some cool
sorting through all that. We're almost done with all of it though. Some of the physicals, I think some of the sculpting still needs to be done, but yeah. DF merch would be awesome. Yep.
Send a letter to
Send a strongly worded letter.
Send a letter to customer support.
Yeah.
With a smile.
With a smile, but also a threat.
I was gonna try the roofs.
Sad you missed that stream, but sleep took priority. Yeah. It was asking a lot of the Europeans. It was fun seeing a lot of Europeans kind of get up the next day and they're like, "Oh, I went to bed thinking there's no way we're gonna hit 3.5."
And woke up like,
then I wake up and we've hit it.
What did we miss?
What's the margin on shirts? Probably not much. When it comes to merch, you know, like if we do merch, it's not really to make a profit.
It's just so everybody have cool stuff to wear.
Yeah, as long as we're not like losing money on it, I think that's really all we need to do with merch if we do it.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, you see someone at a convention wearing your shirt, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, day one at Gen Con, Paul rolls up in his Dwarven Forge shirt. You're like, that's awesome. Dragos is there in his Dwarven Forge shirt. God, that is awesome. It's like, it's pretty cool.
Do you not still have the merch store? I think we don't.
No, Jay panicked and pulled it down for some reason. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't even know what was wrong.
He was afraid that we weren't selling enough, so it looked bad, so he took it down. It's like,
really?
It's not. Yeah.
Who was gonna know how many we were selling? Were you guys out there upset that we weren't selling enough shirts?
It's
Uh,
yeah. I tried to explain. I don't know. He was very against us doing it in the first place.
People, yeah. I saw a lot of strongly worded emails that said, guys, you are not selling enough shirts. Why are you even in business?
Yeah.
It was pretty upsetting.
Everybody kept making fun of us.
You know, the internet is pretty vicious.
See,
Vicious
the mistake
mockery.
is that we didn't do a Supreme knockoff T-shirt.
Dwarven.
Yeah, it just says dwarf
Dwarven.
on it. Dwarven.
Dwarf.
Yeah. It's deeply
Red,
offended by your
white.
quarterly report.
All right. A quarterly Forge report.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Yeah, we've heard from several people that like they.
Seriously, send
want
some
to do
emails to customer support if you
Yeah,
want.
if you're. Yeah, just just say if you want shirts and you missed a chance to do it, just say like, oh hey, I really wanted to get it, and I noticed that they're not there anymore. Is something, is there still a way to do this?
Yeah.
Be polite, but if you do want them, like make some
modular shirts.
make some noise about it, because like, yeah.
I want modular ships and I want shirts. So if you could just give me one of those things, I'd be happy. Say that.
Every shirt's modular once. You rip off the sleeves.
Fair.
Yeah. Modular shorts. Oh,
I had modular shorts.
I had some of those.
Yeah.
With the zipper,
really good for hiking.
The full around. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could.
Terrible idea.
No, they were fantastic if you were hiking. If you needed to go from like
There's still better things.
temperate weather
There's
up
still
into
better
like
ways.
snow and like.
There's still better ways to handle your hiking clothes than that.
I don't know. When you're backpacking, you want to have the minimum amount of things possible. It's like saved my life.
Don't underestimate my ability
never
to
look
add zippers in
cool.
the sleeves to make it modular.
Yeah.
God, yeah, just doing the modular shorts but with the sleeves on it. Oh no.
Modular shorts with sleeves.
No, doing it with like a shirt so that you can make it a tank top or a sleeved shirt.
Ooh, you could have three different. You could have
with
long
zippers.
sleeves, short sleeves, or tank top.
Just different attachments.
Yeah, three different sleeves. No, you could have the short ones, then the long one zipper to the short ones, and the short one zipper to the tank. It would be, dude.
Okay.
Put a DF logo on it and sell it.
All right, so the biscuits are all working. How much more do we want to do this before we get into sci-fi?
I don't know. Is there anything else people want to see with these?
I mean, we're kind of showing that the biscuits are working.
Yeah.
I guess it's the main thing.
It's pretty exciting.
It's all fitting together. Yeah, but we're running out of time to do sci-fi.
Well, here's the good thing. We also have 4 more months.
Keep an eye for the Game Found campaign. Which one?
What happened? Who's it?
Vertex said it'll keep an eye for the Game Found campaign.
Oh yeah,
Which one?
for Sci-Fi.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we should have a
No
Game Found
scaffolding
page
yet.
open fairly soon.
I'd DF craft hammer with Dwarvenite head. The Dwarvenite head would get jacked up if you were hammering like.
Yeah, it's not made for that. It's
if you were hammering studs and rivets and.
if you're hammering any actual metal, it would mess up. Yeah.
This is really satisfying. Is there anything else people need me to test with the pieces that we have, which is everything you're looking at here? We got.
Dangle. We don't have.
It's everything that's here.
Yeah, we don't have a dangle room test shot yet. And I guess we don't have the corner post either, so we can't really do the can't really put the walls and things yet. We don't got the double highs.
We did test biscuits in Dwarvenite before, but it was only with one piece, so it's nice to have now different alternate pieces and you can work them together.
It works across multiple things.
Yeah, we tested it. You saw it on stream. I think maybe even the first time we tested it, we did it on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, the roofs.
We did. When we got the test shots in.
Yeah.
Of the 2x4.
It's so nice to have the side biscuit slots on the roofs now.
Yeah, let me tell you, the roofs actually, having Dwarvenite roofs that actually just fit together is really nice. The roofs were one of the roughest things prototype-wise to have to deal with.
Yeah, a lot of them just stayed together. We just white stick the hell out of them. We just kept them in large chunks because it was too much of a pain in the ass to. The stairs coming through a floor still end up facing a wall. Only if you put a wall there.
Yeah, you can have it lead open.
Can we fit these guys in? Ruh-roh.
Did they go high enough?
I mean, it should fit. Come on, buddy.
We got to check that.
I mean, conceptually, this is a 2x1, and the insert slot is a 2x1. Yeah, I guess it's just tight.
It's pressure because it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you then coming up. Hey, that's kind of neat. Here, got some. That's pretty cool. Down to your basement.
Literally a pressure fit.
Yeah.
You cobblestone down into the basement.
Well, yeah, it looks really good.
We didn't. How did we never think about that during the campaign?
So many pieces.
Fair.
So little time.
I think they were also one of the last things we got in.
I mean, you could also turn it around if you didn't want to have the stairs run into a wall at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could do that either way. Depends on what you want for the build.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That pressure fitting's actually really nice.
Well,
Okay.
remember to duck.
So I guess it doesn't. We don't have the actual insert yet, but we'll show you that test when we get it. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go look at some sci-fi stuff.
All right.
We don't have anything new to show in sci-fi, to clarify. We just have more copies of the pieces so we can build a little more. Although they're not all painted. I guess we'll get some unpainted.
Do we have the pieces? Do we have enough to like show what we're thinking about composition wise?
No, way too
Dumb enough for that?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we have to vet, like.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't test, hang on, I got to test corner posts. We didn't do this. I told Tyler I would try it with corner posts.
Yeah. So these are not the corner posts.
The tutor.
Yeah.
Hey, it works.
Yeah. So the old stuff will work on the new stuff. Imagine that.
Oh my god. You see what Neofoya said?
Mm-hmm. We literally did that.
Yeah.
Casey built out a clue board in Dwarvenite
And then, like,
played it.
Then, like, fantasyized,
Mhm.
D&Dized the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she ran a game of fantasy Clue on Dwarvenite.
Yeah, pretty awesome. All right, so sci-fi sets. So we got last we checked in with our intrepid future explorers. We were going into space, talking about our new sci-fi set, and we had some pieces to show. We don't have anything new to show except that we've got more now, so we may be able to build some larger things. For those of you that missed the last time, we're doing a small foray into sci-fi. We've modernized the sci-fi pieces a bunch. The big deals are the pieces are 360, so they will have sculpting on all sides, so you can use them upside down as well as right side up. They will feature biscuit slots, so you can stick them together and do neat elevation-y bits. We have gone to the floors are 1/2 inch thick for stacking and elevation purposes, so it's easier to hit their 1 inch increments rather than 3/8 inch thick. Design-wise, one of the neat things is a hull curve. We wanted to have this kind of the cool curve that you see in a lot of spaceships that felt really good. And I'm trying to think of the other concepts. We're trying to have it feel in the vein of original Star Wars and Firefly, sort of dinged up, lived in, little grittier. So it should be good for anything from Star Wars to Shadowrun to 40K to kind of most everything you'd be playing. Great for Alien. We're essentially focusing on 2x2s, so it's going to be a lot of the basic. Well, can't get stuff in the center, right? Wall, floor, corner, as well as inside corners for doing turns, freestanding door with insert the blast door, and we have trapdoor floor. I can show. I don't know if it's the final trapdoor floor yet.
Everything is subject to change.
Yeah.
This is in development.
Disclaimer: pieces in development. Everything is subject to change. It's going to be a very limited set, right? We're looking at 30 or less pieces, and we're trying to keep it small, test it, see how it's received, see what we learn, and then maybe do more if it goes well. Also important to know. The bottoms, these that we don't have, these aren't all the final bottoms. We've adjusted the texturing on this, sort of the inner parts of the bottom. So we'll see those maybe next week or the week after. See what's involved. Yeah, this is close to what it is, but this is more in the vein of this. So you can, it is, these are sort of the exterior floors. So this is like the exterior side, and this is the interior side. So you can build bunkers and stuff with these inverted. Yeah, see, this is a really old floor. And then build sort of interiors with them like such. And obviously you can mix and match and do whatever, but that was sort of the basic idea. It's sort of A side is interior, B side is exterior. And we have a few more copies of everything, so we can build a bigger today, mess around and see what we can put together. Let me go get the unpainted. They're not all painted, so let me get a little arsenal of unpainted bits.
Yeah. Let's move through these. This paint scheme is more or less, currently we're like, there might be slight adjustments. We're feeling pretty good about it. So there was a lot of iterations, but this is about what we're looking at. Don't expect it to change very much from this. The factories said they're good with it, so yeah. Yes, Stargazing Kiwi, we're expecting, I was talking to Tyler about it earlier, it's very likely this will have a much faster delivery time than we're used to. Sci-Fi getting a companion site. Yeah, we'll have a companion site for it on our page, as always. We're also planning to get the GameFound page for it up sooner rather than later, so that we can be kind of picking up people from that over the time. Pricing, we don't have final prices yet. We're getting some estimates from the factory. It is, they're not going to be cheap, but we're really, the whole thing is we're really trying to make it so that when you get a set, you're getting both an interior and an exterior set. So you're getting really, one set we're hoping will go a long way. That's the main thing that we're trying to show. Let's see. What else is there?
Oh, we should say March is our target.
Yes.
Target launch date for this is the middle of March in 2024 next year.
Yeah, we're trying to launch just in time for Adepticon, basically.
Yeah. Also, this is something that people. Did I kick the camera again? I don't.
For whatever reason, you can't walk through that area without kicking the camera. All right.
Yeah, I have electromagnetic vibes that put off. People wanted to, last time we were looking at this, the first time we were looking at this, people wanted to see it compared to the resin Sci-Fi. So we got some resin Sci-Fi here. So this was the original resin Sci-Fi pieces. So we can compare apples to apples. So the floors are a little thicker, and the style is a little more modern, and things are square. But you could build everything together if you wanted. Or, I mean, you could do different sections or something if you wanted to take, like, I don't know. There's not a ton of these old sets in the in existence, right, out in the world.
Yeah, I think we sold less than 300 of each of them. So yeah, the Sci-Fi resin didn't perform particularly well.
door that doesn't really fit.
Let's see. Don't prime because Dungeon Gray base color is the best for dark recesses. Yeah, that's why we cast it in that colors, because you don't have to prime. It's like we also kind of
ready
try
to
to
rock.
take care of your like basing step for you. Like, yeah. Still hoping to get some sci-fi resin I'm missing. I'm curious if there are people who are going to let go of their resin because we're making this. We'll see, I guess.
Probably not unless under duress. Right? Like,
Yeah. So yeah, obviously they're very different aesthetics. Yeah, we were going for more
this was sort
more
of
retro.
This was retrofuturism. We wanted like modern future. We wanted to have the whole curve. We wanted to have more, feel like more sort of modern gadgety bits, more of a kind of a darker aesthetic.
I hadn't touched them until last week, and then just trying to like line up some of the stuff from the resin. Some of it's confusing. They can work together. If you transition through a door, like you can use them together. But yeah, but generally, you know, we got a lot of questions when we were doing it, saying like, are you going to make it match the resin? The answer is no. We're planning on making it its own. We want it to like be the best that it can be as a standalone thing.
We looked at the resin early on, and we also looked at the survey, right? We sent out a survey asking people what aesthetics, whatever, and, you know, retrofuturism scored very low, and we just fundamentally, as a team, we didn't want to chase this aesthetic. Thought it'd be cooler to do something that inspired us more, which is where we ended up.
Put a Cree in it. Do it.
It would require going to get a creamer. Here's unpainted. So I got a bunch of unpainted ones we can use because I need floors. Durg.
So you got to go anyways.
Yeah.
Go around the other end of the table.
Then not the side with the wire that just if I breathe on it, it falls off.
It makes me have to push like 3 buttons every time you do it.
3 whole buttons?
Yeah.
Yay.
Love the curve on top. Gives a great hole feel. Yeah, it really makes it feel like an enclosed, like you're in a ship or a base, where it's like implies that the ceiling is like right above them.
So what do we want to try? Should we try an interior first? Let's try.
Yes.
What are we gonna build? A little base? A little ship? What do the people want?
Let's see the most complicated stuff we can make, the coolest stuff we can make using just the core pieces, I think. What are some interesting layouts?
And
throwing the diagonals in.
And I have a couple of non-final diagonal sculpts. So I might use a couple of diagonals. But yeah, we're just using what we got. I think we showed the catwalks last time, right?
Yes. Hallways into bigger rooms,
yet.
Somebody says.
So what hallways and rooms?
Hallways into bigger rooms.
Fair.
So you just do like, you've got like several chambers and then like narrow hallways between them. It's a fairly classic.
Yeah. Sort of like a dungeon in space. Could I be so bold?
What sort of sci-fi terrain traits can we look forward to? Not yet decided.
We'll definitely have at least one.
Yeah. Currently, we're focused on the Dwarvenite.
This is harder, but yeah, we can figure that out.
Is there large open floor? Not currently. Right now, you make a large open floor by putting a lot of the small open floors together.
Yeah, our design. The goal was to try and do basically sci-fi core set. Like, right, what are the most basic, fundamental pieces that you can kind of use for the largest variety of things that we can make, and just start with a toolbox that's really, really versatile, much like KS1 game tiles, right? Just what are the basic dungeon pieces you need? Take that. What are the basic spaceship pieces you need?
Yeah, so no ruins, not a lot of specialty floors, none of that yet. That's stuff that we can do with future expansions.
No battle damage whatsoever.
Yeah. But right now, it's basically what are the pieces we
planets. We're not doing any
right now it's basically what do we need to make like core sets and advanced core sets and like some extra systems.
What are the sort of the basics to get some pretty cool a large toolbox of useful stuff for making, basically giving you as much versatility as possible with a small piece count.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ivy's here.
But then, the thing is, we can then always expand this collection with more specialty floors,
Everything,
swells, stuff like
especially
that.
walls,
We can do all that
cool
in the
console
future.
panels, and the big main screen for the bridge of a starship. Of everything, like there's so much. There's endless expansion, and then of course there's also different styles and different everything. We can many possibilities. We can do corridors, and we can do double highs, and we can do big huge blast doors and bunker doors, and
we can get the Bandai Namco license for Gundam.
we make a life-size Gundam.
Yeah.
Like we saw in Japan.
With Evolution closing. That bums me out so much. Oh well. Yeah. So that's two chambers with a corridor connecting them basically. Can we do a T Yeah, we can do a T intersection with the stuff we have. Dwarven Forge Gunpla.
I'm already running out. Is this possible?
It's funny how quickly you run out of pieces.
Yeah, I gotta go look. It's a funny mixture of painted and unpainted, all in absolutely no rhyme or reason to how it's
StarCraft trying to be dope. Hey, if we can get these licenses, that'd be amazing.
StarCraft.
It's cool to see how you guys have evolved that corner fills or base now. Yeah, the corner fill is like one of my favorite pieces in this.
It is absolutely amazing. And you can do neat floor reactor things.
Are there any types of pillars? But yeah, basically these inside corners can form a pillar. What do you put them together?
Maybe even gotten into elevation bits and
yeah.
There's
also a lot of other stuff. Yeah, the giveaway got rolled a while ago. Hidden Mana.
6-1. It was really amazing.
So let's see. How big is that room in there now? It's like a 10-inch across.
Which?
Yeah, the big chamber.
Yeah.
It's 10 across. Is it 10 by 10 or is that like 10 by 8?
It's 10 by 8.
Yeah. Make that little nook.
Just see what happens. Make
yeah.
Beige. Could. I don't have any. Do I have any more diagonals? I do. Let's do a diagonal. Let's knock this in.
The pillars? We just did the pillar. How do you propose to go from the corridor to a doorway going across it like an airlock without opening up into a room?
Wait.
Yeah, basically, how do you put an airlock in the middle of a?
We don't have a
thing for it currently
yet, but yeah, we're poking.
We would need I guess you could. Actually.
If you just want to, we have a thing we didn't make yet that would be helpful. Let's see, hang on, there'll be one.
Need a bulkhead across the corridor.
I still need a 2x1 floor, which is something we didn't make. We were talking about
that might be.
We have a piece we're gonna make that would help us be able to put a door in the middle of a.
That's another thing too. Yeah, we don't have everything here yet. You're not looking at everything.
We have something that can let us do this.
We just don't have it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see.
We have what else? We have that's really neat. We can.
Please, guys, open the pod bay doors. Let's make sci-fi and caverns.
Yeah, that'll be super cool. What did we mix last time? We were using.
We did mountains. We did. Did we do dungeon? What do we do? We mixed it with. We need to do a hellscape build with the pipes. And do a.
Where they're piping the souls, dead souls.
We need to do a Mustafar situation. Basically, we need to do a volcano planet build with hellscape. I think we did do caverns last time. Yeah, We did mix it with, it was either cavern or dungeon. We mixed it with an indoor
Mostly it
scale.
was caverns lightly. We definitely did mountains. I remember having a bunch of mountain stuff out on the table. Let's try a little something here. Let me see if
Do we not do Mustafar? We did like a very small. We did like use like a lava terrain tray and then put pipes on it. I'm talking about like using the banks and doing like a full build. These kind of look like dungeons mashed up with sewers in a good way. Yeah, it's following a lot of the same building philosophies that we used for dungeons.
Stuff that worked. Yeah.
How would you put a door in a corridor? We have a piece that'll let us do that. We currently don't have the piece with us.
Well, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, when we get it, yeah.
Let's try this. Let's try a. Yeah, I don't have any way to transition up yet, but let's try. How's I gonna do this? All right. Give me. Give me a moment. And this is gonna be a little messy. Once again, these are prototypes. We don't have we don't have the.
I don't think the Plaguestone cages are really going to. They're not going to fit flush against the sides because of the
overhang.
Curve. Yeah.
Where did I put those like 3 biscuits?
Where are the stairs going up to the next level? We don't.
We don't have any elevation change pieces yet.
Yeah.
But we showed catwalks lightly last time.
The pipe pieces did not get cut. No.
No, we just don't have a whole bunch yet. We're just trying to play with the basics right now.
We got a big order of the basic pieces in, and we're gonna be making some. We're gonna be getting some more of the pipes soon.
Hamsters frantically painting.
Do they have a great tactile feel? Dude, they feel great.
Oh, these are awesome.
Yeah.
They're something is very satisfying. Like the way they line up together. Really feels, I don't know, there's something very satisfying about putting these together, particularly like the cabling lining up on the sides is somehow like really satisfying to build with. Like it just makes it feel, I don't know how to describe it, but like it just feels nice when it all clicks together. Like it's
Dwarven Forge Jello molds, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are all 3D printed. The prototypes are 3D printed, but the final product will be Dwarvenite as always. They'll be injection molded just like everything else.
Let me find the new. I think so. I went from having wonderful Dwarvenite to mess with. So this is the thing that we're going to be able to do.
Again, not the final material, so we're having the same.
So you can do, right, you'll be able to biscuit together to do this sort of a thing. So let's try. Oof, see if we're going to break it. Might. Where did that one go? No, it doesn't even have a biscuit slot. Come on.
Prototypes.
I know, but I wanted to put that one up here.
Yeah, you'll can you make a tower using walls on their sides?
Sure.
Haven't thought about that.
Like, yeah, let me finish this thing, and then we'll put that in the queue, the build queue. It's a great idea. Right, so I'm trying to do a little thing.
Then you need to put a pillar underneath it to hold it up.
Yeah. Right, so we do a little, because I'm going to just try a little second story shenanigans here. Let's put that
I don't know if you have enough biscuits to do it.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I don't know where all the biscuits went.
They're in a bucket somewhere. They're hidden safely out of my, I don't know how I do that.
Just gonna put it on top of the first floor. You're not biscuited in on the side, so you have to, all right.
Yeah, we put that guy there.
It's a neat idea. Yeah, you'll be able to do like a lot of interesting kind of elevation shifts by doing this kind of stuff. Once we actually have all the pieces in hand, we're gonna be able to show a lot of cool elevation tricks. So elevation is like generally the name of the game with us.
Right? Who doesn't want to go vertical?
Imagine that right above a river. Yeah, you could have a gap there, and you could like use like the acid thing, and like, oh yeah, this is like a toxic waste plant or something.
Yes, you could terrain tray it down into a thing. You could also just transition, like use that kind of transition levels. You want to do a thing like this. Boom, boom, boom.
Can you build a class 4 Star Destroyer?
Who is that?
Dragos.
Chris.
Treehouse Ewok Village win? It's very different than what this campaign's doing. I can tell you that much. Honestly, Wildlands will get you closer than
yeah.
Wildlands and Lowtown together will get you closer than this project.
Neat, like
Although you could, by mixing the two, you could make it like, oh, here's a star base inside the, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the ultimate, right? You can do everything in one place.
Could the pillar on its side act as a step up to the new level this way?
It could, yeah.
I think we're gonna have better ways to do steps up.
Yeah, you could. It's not a deal. You could also stack like. Do some really rudimentary steps up or something like. Yeah,
we'll have better ways to step up.
Yeah, but there's gonna be some neat elevation potential doing this sort of a thing. You can also double height, which you were showing that last time. Let's try this tower.
I need some OSHA compliant rails. Well,
Dwarven Forge is never known for their having safe catwalks or safe anything, right?
Can I fight a bunch of zombie stormtroopers and forget that I have a weapon that can dismember them to make them immobile in one of these builds? That's a reference to something I don't know.
But I like it.
Probably one of the more recent Star Wars things. Look, I only
stormtroopers?
Look, I only watched the original trilogy when I was growing up in the 70s.
All right, amen.
So
I can relate.
Last episode of Ahsoka? Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the...
There were zombie stormtroopers?
I haven't watched any of the streaming stuff. Yeah. So I have no idea what's going on with any of it. Okay, Boomer, just watch Andor. I don't know. Andor what? Swap that corner out for a regular wall, and then I think it's clean.
This?
No, the corner, second floor. Bottom right, by the door.
This one?
Or bottom floor, I mean first floor.
This one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There you go.
Makes it clean.
Pump, 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 pump. Plus, this also just looks cool, right? Like,
Witches of Dathomir.
you get stuff on
I got that Shatterpoint pack. I have the Witches of Dathomir Shatterpoint figures.
You have every Shatterpoint pack.
Yes. Yeah, I have all of them.
All of them, and they're built.
Yes. They're not all painted yet, but they're all built.
Yeah, but you made a heck of progress. Like,
a lot of Bothan spies died to bring us these prototypes. Let's see. Shame it's only 2 seasons. I have no idea. Oh, Mandalorian. Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch Mandalorian either. I don't know. I don't.
Put up another level. So
I'm not a huge.
Get under there. And
yeah.
Do some whatever.
This would also then let you take those diagonals and put them on the side to make a ramp up to the next floor.
The
Finley ramp.
The Finley approach.
Yeah. Because now that they're a full, yeah. Modularity.
Boom.
This looks like a portal level. Yeah. Oh, we should do a portal photo shoot.
That would be cool.
Oh no.
Let's try this thing out.
And then it all breaks apart. Oh no.
Yeah, we did that.
It worked so well. Yeah.
But that's so satisfying. Like,
the IVS scenes in Andor are more riveting than anything in the Filoni live action stuff. Oh, ISB. The IBS scenes are something
They're-
entirely
They're
different.
memorable. They're
I'll never forget them.
it's messy but relatable.
I've never felt closer to. I've never felt closer to Chewbacca, honestly, than the IBS scene.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, speaking
These
of,
aren't gonna come apart accidentally.
hey, so we're gonna
maybe
have we're gonna have biscuit removal tools. It's been approved. They're coming. So don't worry, there'll be biscuit removal. Also, it's easier to get the biscuits out of the actual dwarvenite than it is these prototypes.
Murdering me.
It's not as rough as the prototypes we had for Lowtown, but it's not the material that it was meant for.
It's not the droids you were looking for, Paul.
Nate needs one now, though. I think we have a prototype of it around here.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Nice.
But it exists.
Can we get a companion cube mini? Again, if we could get the license, I would be more than happy to have the license for any of these things.
What was the companion cube from?
Portal.
Yeah.
I would love to have the license for any of these things. We currently don't.
We don't have any. We
But
had.
hey, if you can get me that license, the only license we've ever had was Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Is that the only license thing we've ever done? You're gonna just use
Maybe.
pliers? You could. I think
Yeah, pliers are
the
totally acceptable.
the biscuit
answer.
tool is gonna be a bit easier, I think, but the pliers will work.
Pliers are champs. You could also just do.
Just email Gaben a text. How many people? Why do you all have Gaben emotes? Oh, it's better TTV. Right, so everybody has access to them. Never mind. How about them
Gaben?
Plaguestone cages? They're not really gonna fit.
One a tower.
It's interesting. It is a terrain feature. You know what you do? You run the pipes up the outside of them and stuff.
Well, we still use them as railings. when we get
Yeah.
there.
But that makes it an interesting terrain feature, I think. Will there be accessories for the biscuit for exterior building? I don't know if we're
Yeah.
at liberty to discuss
We
that
have-
yet.
Well, we have at least one biscuit accessory.
Okay.
We'll see what accessories are kind of the last thing to figure out. We gotta make sure see what we can build.
All I need to know about Ahsoka is that they named the last episode the Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord.
That's amazing.
That honestly is the only thing that's made me want to watch it. That's very funny. It's not like good funny, but it makes me want to know, you know? How many LED? Look, we're not going to disclose. There's stuff that we cannot disclose yet about the pieces we haven't shown you. We've got more stuff that we will show as it's ready. But we're not going to go through what the full offer is yet, because also some of that offer is still in flux.
Oh yeah, no.
So,
And also, if you see Stefan posting about stuff on social media, don't believe any of it, because he might make some promises. He doesn't know what's in this. He's gonna just make up some promises of, I don't know. So just don't take any of that stuff seriously.
turns out Ahsoka is a metaphor for Christianity.
Oh, that's funny.
Is that legit?
No, the Lion, the Witch, and the
Oh,
Wardrobe.
got
C.S.
it.
Lewis,
Got it.
that's like-
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, it's a reference from like 1920, so that's why I got it. And
So no, I get now that I was thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe thing was no longer in my head
got it.
when that happened.
See, I didn't read the rest of the chat, so the last thing I heard was.
Oh, Crab Battle. We haven't yet because I wanted to get it. We need to autograph the Book of Builds. You want us to sign it,
Oh.
right? The Book of Builds. The tome, Tremendous Tome of Dungeons. Like we should sign that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't shipped it yet because I need to get it signed.
Sitting in the other room. Yeah. Who do you want to sign it? And then we'll.
Yeah, I guess
see
that's
what
true.
we
Yeah.
do.
Who do you want signatures from? And then we'll get that
do
done.
that tomorrow.
Ham
assuming-
Jammer Fist.
Jesus. I don't know if that biscuit slot's deep enough.
There's no reference to C.S. Wait, so they don't reference C.S. Lewis at all in that episode? What happened to that D&D game Nate was going to run when Wildlands ended? The pandemic went longer than we
right.
expected, and then it just kind of got lost in the shuffle, and now the logistics of it is a nightmare. But we'll figure it out at some point.
We do have to. Maybe we just do it as a Zoom thing.
Just generally like life circumstances and stuff changed a good amount in that period of time, which has made it
We should just have Stefan run all the games.
yeah. How much is everything on the
Okay.
table? Priceless. None of
Yeah.
this has been priced yet.
They prototype with.
It's just a how do you get it? It's a thing, which is the entire show. Oh well, that's
The what? What?
it's Ahsoka talk.
Oh.
4 diagonals on the top of this makes it a modular roof sci-fi building.
Oh, like.
You can make a steeple, make a space church.
Hey. Who doesn't want to go to Space Church?
He can't run 5e. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You can't run first.
Have some epic Lancer battles. Oh, dude. Hey,
Space Church.
Trashy, being in a Lancer group that plays at this office and having access to the sci-fi stuff,
Dun, dun, dun.
it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. I think that bottle of beer is $3. Is that a $3 beer? Oh, it's Orchard. It's Angry Orchard. How much is Angry Orchard run? It's one of the cheaper ciders, yeah. Yeah.
But in New York, it's like you can't get a 6-pack for less than I
Yeah.
don't know, $18 or something, $15. Yeah, it's about $3 a bottle.
Pics where it didn't happen.
Stupid.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to post pics with prototypes in them. so probably, yeah. Get to make a Lancer build video when you launch. That's definitely in the plan. There's a lot of game. We want to cover a lot of different games, and Lancer is one of them. Because Lancer is one of those systems that will let us use the external and the internal in one session, which is fun.
It's too bad we don't have anybody in the office that's like really into Lancer. Though.
Yeah, it's too bad that there's not a Lancer group running that is half made up of Dwarven Forge employees.
No.
Uh,
Real missed opportunity. Real shame.
I'll run the game, but Nate has to do the build. How about a nice little one-shot heist? Did we already draw the people who were doing? Because it seems like IME's in it.
We didn't. Did we?
Didn't?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I was not involved in any of that. I think it's more of a Mace
Yeah.
question than a. I think Mace was organizing at the time, or was it? God, Wildlands
know.
would have been. I don't know. We'll have to
We
look
can
into
ask
it.
Mace tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's revitalize the
Is Infinity
much-
still a thing?
Infinity.
Disney Infinity? Was that a thing? Marvel Infinity? What was Infinity?
Oh, big number.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be better with biscuits, but we can do like a little space house.
Space House.
Yeah.
It's a space birdhouse, and it goes in through the. If you put the pipe extender underneath that, it's a little perch for a little space bird to land on it and jump
Dude,
inside.
space birds need somewhere to live.
Marvel
Space-
Infinity Stones. Infinity's
Space
that one Metal
winter,
Minis game.
It's like it's cold. You gotta like.
Oh, Metal Minis game. I don't know about that one.
What is it?
Space Hobbit House. Apparently, it's a Metal Minis game. Infinity. I never played it. There's so many minis games out there, and we've been discovering and getting into like Malifaux now is a thing that is popping up at the office. There's so many minis games out there, man. Cardinal House, yes.
Oh. How did we
Xenomorphs
miss
make a
that?
snuggly nest in there. Infinity Code 1. I've never heard of it.
I know Crisis Protocol. I didn't know they had Infinity. Marvel. What?
It's not a Marvel one. It's not a
Oh,
Marvel.
it has
Infinity Code
Marvel.
1 is. It's not a Marvel game. Wilderness was making a joke about Marvel and
Got
Infinity
it.
Stones, yeah. Is War Machine still a thing, or has RPG
Yeah.
as well? Yeah, War Machine's still around. I hear people talk about that on.
Yeah, there's a new edition which is
Yeah.
supposed to be awesome that people are playing.
Yeah. Is that who makes that?
Well,
Is that?
I wanted to say Privateer Press, but it's
I
not.
think it is Privateer Press.
Is it?
Pretty sure. Yes, Privateer Press.
I can't get that one out. What else do we want to do? We don't have any of the.
There's a lot we
Running
want to
catalog.
do. The question is, it's 8:57.
Oh, well, there's that.
Should we handle? They've been having a rough patch. Dude, so many people in the industry have been having a very rough time. It's been.
1 week.
It feels like every week you're hearing about a company like collapsing. or getting close to it.
Or
rough.
doing something absolutely stupid and
Yeah. Used to play War Machine Hordes. It's a fun game and half the cost of Warhammer. It's a lot of Star Wars discussion that I do not know how to weigh in on. Well, that's a lot of pieces.
It's a start, right? Oh, we got this thing.
The fun, yeah. I guess that's the thing. What games? That's a fun question. What games do you guys want to see us build for? Off the top of your head, using these
Sci-fi games.
Like, either internal or external. Are there any games you're like, I really want to see how this works for it?
Internal games?
Because I got a list, like interior or exterior builds.
Oh,
yeah. Space Hulk. We talked about Space Hulk a couple times. Lancer. Kill Team.
The given.
Yeah, Kill Team we got plans for. Lancer we got plans for. Should just been an animated new season of Rebels. That's not something to. Necromunda.
Yeah. Oh.
Does StarCraft have a TTRPG? No, but we literally earlier today we were like, I bet I could find STLs of StarCraft.
Did you find
things.
STLs of StarCraft?
I did.
Huh.
There's STLs of like a lot of the standard StarCraft stuff, so we could set up a little. It's just like a fun picture. We could just set up a StarCraft.
A Zerg rush with the Tyranids.
Yeah.
Was it on this show that somebody was talking about? StarCraft was. Wait, Warcraft was a 40K, not a Warhammer. It was supposed to be a Warhammer game, but they didn't get the license, so they just renamed it. But that's why it was like orcs and humans and all the big shoulder pads and all the like it's. And then their StarCraft was just 40K.
I didn't know about that
right,
at all.
The Zerg or the Tyranids and like it was all the same. Yeah, something like that.
I didn't know about that at all.
I guess it wasn't on this one.
I'd love to see a Cult Clue game. We should do that when it hits the store. That'd be fun. Let me get in my time machine and play D20 Star Wars.
Casey could redo the thing and do it on camera.
She would love to run it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Necromunda Kill Team. Most of those are things that we've thought about.
Well,
isn't Necromunda also a Games Workshop? Yeah. There's so many games out there.
Well, they basically are just looking for all the different ways that they can sort of build out that same ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. 40K has all of the Horus Heresy.
That's the real question.
And whatever. It's like it's huge.
That's
umbrella.
The real question. Is it worth doing 40K and Kill Team and like doing a bunch of things that are kind of in the same vein from the same publisher?
Kill Team, yes on both of those, because I think this stuff is so perfect for Kill Team because you can do. I mean, it's designed for small interior battle this big. Like it literally is like, made to be built with these sets. And then 40K is like the big one.
And I guess with 40K we'd be doing exteriors.
Yeah.
So there is like a bit of a difference there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is just in terms of like, we've only got so much time. So if we have to, that's also where we like outsource things too, though.
Kill Team also can translate to so many, like, because it's interior, intense sporting action. Like it's an easy proxy for so many other games, but it's also super recognizable. So it's like, anything with sort of spaceship interior combat or Space Hulk interior combat, like Gallo Dark, whatever we're inside.
I don't really know much about Space Hulk. I stopped watching the movies after Infinity War.
Well, once he wasn't Space Bruce Banner anymore, it just wasn't as interesting.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Endgame. I just couldn't get myself to care.
I haven't seen any. Yeah.
The only superhero movie I've seen in like 5 years was Morbius.
They made that?
Well, yeah.
Was that the one that was so bad it was that people loved it or
legendarily
something?
bad? It's truly astonishing.
Oh. Yeah, I've missed a decade of movies because of the kids, but we'll get back in there.
Any idea how much of the DF market uses DF for wargaming? Less than they're about to. We've been making
That's a good
we've been making
You know, maybe
more
the
roads.
survey will give us some answers to that.
True. So there's a mix. We historically our advertising has leaned super hard into like showing very standard D&D setups. So I think a lot of wargamers didn't realize that it was feasible. It was a thing. But then like Wildlands is super specific. Oh, I have seen Spider-Verse a lot actually. I like Spider-Verse a lot.
Spiders.
But
Brilliant.
when we went to Adepticon, especially with the Wildlands stuff, we met so many people there at Adepticon in like 2022, where it was like, oh, yeah, no, this stuff would actually be really good for my war games. I didn't realize it.
Oh, I heard you.
before.
I thought you just made D&D stuff.
That's what it's a we haven't put a lot of effort into showcasing that. So we're trying to do more to show it like on practical tables, show it in use for war games. And also, like, some of you are starting to play war games that haven't before. Like, every couple weeks, there's somebody in the Discord who asks, like, what a good war game to get started on is. So we're pointing people to Rangers of Shadow Deep or Relic Blade, stuff like that. So it is getting bigger, Because the thing is, every wargamer needs terrain. You can't do war games theater of the mind. I mean, maybe
you
maybe
can't.
you can.
Wait,
There's people who play chess, like, entirely in their mind, so maybe that's...
three-dimensionally.
Yeah. Any chance for a diagonal backfill floor for Sci-Fi?
It's not currently in the lineup, but the footprint is such that you can use two of them like this and backfill it.
That's the main thing, is they actually work back to back already.
Back to back.
They have a slightly different footprint than like the dungeon diagonals. So, yeah, you actually don't need a backfill to make it clean.
We really should stop, shouldn't we? But I just want to keep building this thing.
You just use a dirt backfill if you need to. Chest terrain win. You could theoretically. Oh, should I set up a?
It's so stupid.
Should I set up a Dwarvenite chessboard? Do a forge report that's just us playing
chess?
That'd be such a good April Fool's video.
That's a really good one.
Oh,
or
no.
checkers, or something like. Chess is good though because it's fantasy. It's like.
Well, I would love for us to. I would love for us to just be super over the top about it, as well. Just like very like.
We have enough pieces to do a really pretty looking board, like alternating.
The fun thing to do with us doing chess would be for the players to not be talking in that one, but just have it be commentated, and then the players are just like, very stressed, like looking around, like, yeah, like,
yeah, just intensely,
just
thinking about every
extremely intense, like,
yeah. Chess is very.
That'd be so good. That'd be so good. We need to do that. That'd be so funny. Chess with reliquaries.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
that's got to be it. Has to be a full uncut game of chess. Yeah.
It's the video is just 45 minutes long.
I mean,
no
that's fine.
dialogue, just like. Oh my god. It was so good.
Probably what I would do. No, oh man, I actually really want to do this. Because then what I would do is I'd go back and in post we would commentate and we would just like fill it with jokes like gradually over time and just like that's what we would do. Be so good. The Dwarf's Gambit.
Oh, he's opening with the Dwarf's Gambit. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough one to come back from. Man.
Oh, he's using the Valorian defense.
Do people still use that?
Yeah. Man, that'd be so funny. I genuinely want to do this really bad. I miss chess a lot. I did chess tournaments when I was like in middle school and stuff.
Awesome.
I was very into it. And then I just didn't really have people to play with when I came out here.
Well, the problem is there's just no fog of war. There's no skill trees to upgrade your troops.
I hate that you know that reference.
You told me that reference.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
God. It's so funny because then he posts his Elden Ring build and it's the most incomprehensible mess of a thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
Part 2 by Drew Van
mess of a
Forge.
person. So let's get out of here.
Oh, it's 9:07.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
Winner gets a Lorraine coin purse. God, we could do a whole ceremony. It would be so funny. I would want to develop a bunch of assets specifically for it.
All right.
It'd be such a
So
good thing.
this is enough for tonight. Hobby hang tomorrow night.
Yes. Yeah. As far as I'm aware.
What's being hung on the hobby hang?
You wanna take that back?
No. What's hanging out in the? What do you got? What do you got?
Hey,
what's gonna fill that
I'm not
slot?
entirely sure what I'm not sure what I'm gonna paint. I assembled my gem dragon from Reaper Bones, and I am afraid of painting that, but it might be good to try
Face
that.
your fears live on camera.
Face your fears. I also like I don't know, I'm gonna try to get the booster and flu shot tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm gonna be on or not. We'll see if it knocks me out.
You'll probably be fine until the next morning. Yeah.
Fair. Yes, we'll see how that goes.
And then we'll be back next week with who knows what.
Yeah. Who
Hey,
knows?
and then you know what? Wait, the week after, I think is
that when they're in town?
Michelle and Eli. It's moved to the 24th or whatever.
Okay, so that's 3
Oh
weeks
wait,
away.
it's 3 weeks.
Yeah. So it's the final week of October now?
Yes.
Are they gonna be here for Halloween?
25th. No.
What's the point?
I know, right?
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank
night.
you. We'll see you next week.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.